I'm Shelly. Thanks for sitting with me today. And we are sitting with Cakes by Elisa. Say hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
She also has a YouTube channel, which I will have linked below. So you guys will be able to watch her make awesomely delicious treats. Y'all can't see that they awesome, but they awesome because I tasted them. And y'all need to do the same, okay? Okay, but we're talking to Elisa today because not only is she a awesome baketress, we're gonna make a word up.
Baketress works.
Baketress, what?
I'll take that.
We're doing it.
I need a t-shirt.
Right. Baketress, actually, I like that. She's not just awesome at pastries, like all the goodness, cookies, you name it, she could do it. Bake it, make it, cake it, smack it, some icing, make it look cute, cake pops, cookie desserts, pretzel sticks. Girl, I just seen her make it all and make it look gorgeous, tasty, beautiful, which is, by the way, not an easy thing to do because I be trying and it just don't work for everybody, okay? Call the professionals. Just let y'all know. Call the professionals. Just call the professionals. But she is also a mother of 6 and a wife. Yes. And we're talking to her today about everything. So, not only just a mother of 6, but 6 girls. How do you do it?
I don't know. It's not easy, that's for sure. Lots of ups and downs, but got no choice but to make it happen. So
definitely,
we make it happen.
Definitely. So having children, running a business where you're in high demand, like everybody loves you, everybody that I know, and I like just seeing people interact with you on social media alone, even though, like, disclaimer, I've worked with her for a short bit, so I know her talent, where I've seen her talent up close and personal, not just virtually or, something you see in front of your face. Like, I've seen her actually make some beautifulness, like, in front of my face. So, of course, yeah, but just saying, like, a person is in high demand and not a lot of people can do things to the scale that you can do it, and you are not only a mother of 6, which in itself is a task, you are a wife.
Yep.
Like, let's talk about it. Let's talk about 6 hormonal girls, 7 including yourself. A loving masculine husband who deserves the credit.
Yes, he does.
Shout out to him because he's in the house with the girls. Like, for real.
Well, it's not easy for us. I know it's not easy for him.
Right?
So.
Like, I could just, like, you know what I'm saying? And then he has this incredible woman that's running this incredible business. Like,
it's not easy, that's for sure. It's taken a lot of sacrifice, a lot of long hours.
I can imagine.
Trying to make sure that home is taken care of first, my husband's happy, my kids are happy, everybody's healthy, and then I have to make everybody else's day.
Right?
Their celebrations, and make sure that their treats are on point so that they are happy. So it's a lot. My plate is definitely full all the time.
Okay, so Mrs. Cafe is 39 today. Actually, she blessed me today for her birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
But, okay, so 39, you've been together with Mr. Cafe for how long?
13 years married.
Woo, girl.
It's been a long road, but we have a healthy relationship, so I have no complaints.
Blessings on blessings on blessings, girl. Let's give a shout out to Allah while we at it. Because,
thank you.
Woo, I already know with the marriage, girl. These men, they're great. When you have a strong husband, they're like the best thing and the hardest thing in the world. Like, I can attest to that. So
absolutely,
I can only imagine adding on a business where it, like, your kids are a lot, but like the business part of it, which I think for so many women, myself included, trying to get the courage to start a business, to put yourself out there, like, hey, this is what I do and I'm good at it, is hard enough. But when you get good at it and you get the success, and like you said, you're a part of everybody's best days. It's like, oh, you're getting married, and like, it's a blessing to be a part of that and dealing with all of that. And you know, like you said, your kids, your husband, like, for so many people, I don't think they understand the gravity of being married to somebody who you're compatible with, and they care about your happiness as much as you care about theirs.
Absolutely.
Like, that's a big thing. And in running a business, I'm sure he sees your stress and tries to help you, even though I don't know if he know how to decorate a cake, but I'm sure he tries to help where he can.
He does give his input and suggestions and ideas, warranted or not, but he definitely does try to help in any way that he can.
Right.
And the children do sometimes too. So.
Which I'm sure my daughter, who is 3, she tries to help me cook. She's good at mixing the egg. That's all she can do at this point. She just knows she's cooking, so I know how fun that can be. But I also know with running a business, you having kids, sometimes how much of a distraction, not distraction, that's not a good word for it, but how much does it slow you down? Like, my daughter trying to help me, which I love, and it's like, it's a bonding moment, but when you're trying to get stuff done, does it slow you down at all?
Sometimes it does, depending on the actual workload. Like, if sometimes I have 7-8 orders a week, and that's when I'm piling it on, because I'm a people pleaser and I have a hard time saying no.
And
sometimes.
A job,
And
like
I
a
have
whole job
outside of this too. So I mean, it's a whole juggling act, and trying not to drop the ball is crazy. But sometimes it does slow me down, which it just makes for longer nights after the kids go to bed. I have to go back down into the kitchen, and I have to get it done. I don't have a choice.
Right.
So
Orders gotta be put out there.
Orders gotta be put out, but the family has to be taken care of at the same time. So, and sometimes I try to incorporate little ways where they can help me. You know, whether it's helping me measure out the ingredients. Not necessarily so much of like the actual decorating part, but other little jobs that they can do to kind of help me out.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes. But the youngest is 1. I have a 1-year-old, so there's nothing that she can do for me in regards to the business. So sometimes,
right, making flower prints.
Right. Sometimes I have to just say pause, put everything on hold, and go be a mom, and then get back to business after that's taken care of. So
that I get.
Yeah.
That has to be hard.
It is. I mean, I'm grateful for everything. I had a loving family, 6 beautiful daughters, a great husband, booming career. So I'm grateful, but it certainly is not easy.
Yeah. So right now, as we are in the middle of a pandemic, and you have not homeschooling, but distant learning, homeschooling, they're at home.
Right.
How difficult has it been with having children that are in different grades, distant learning?
Oh, challenge of my life.
And working and still having your full business, like...
Yeah, I go to work for somebody else. And then I come home and work for myself. And I'm helping. This year I'm going to have a kindergartner, a 3rd grader, a 6th grader, 2 high schoolers, you know, and 3 of those are beginnings. Kindergarten is your beginning.
Right.
6th grade is the beginning of middle school.
Right.
I have 2 high schoolers, one of which is just starting the 9th. So these are new experiences for them. So I have to make sure that I'm available for everybody at every stage. I have to be able to help them. And sometimes that means learning the material, relearning the material, because everything's different from the way that we learned it.
Definitely.
So going back through all of those processes and making sure that I can be available for everybody at every stage.
Yeah.
Whew.
You know, I didn't even think about that. I seen like this meme thing on Facebook where it was like, I'm starting kindergarten and you expect me to know how to use a computer and send emails. And I was like, wow, that's funny, sad. But I wasn't even thinking about that. You're right. The beginning of middle school, the beginning of high school, that is still a whole new beginning. I didn't even think about it like in all the degrees of that.
Yeah, I mean, the kindergartner's learning everything. They're just, for some kindergartners, they're just getting the beginning of their structure in their education. There's some of them who haven't had the opportunities to be homeschooled and learn a lot of the things ahead of time that they're going to need to know for kindergarten. And for middle school, this is your first time having different teachers for every single class. You don't just have one or two teachers who share a classroom. There's a different teacher for everything. That's multiple logons, multiple Zoom meetings.
Wow. That's crazy. I really did not think about that.
And then not to mention the emotional support for them.
Which probably trumps everything because emotionally they're having breakdowns. You probably want to and can't because you have to be there for them. And then it's like, I have to be there for you guys, but I still have to be emotionally okay myself. And when do I get just 5 minutes to just breathe? And sometimes
it's rare. It's rare.
Woo, girl.
I mean, they're frustrated. You're frustrated for them, but you have to hold it together to get them through it, you know? And then that's when you take your long midnight shower after everybody's in the bed and you release. You let it go. And then you do it all again the next day. It's the reality of things. So, but again, that's why I'm grateful for my support system. Because it's needed.
Definitely. It's gotta have it. Like, ooh, where you at?
Yep. At the end of the day, we're all okay.
It's like, honey, where's my hug?
Yeah.
You get off work, I need my hug, baby. I need my hug today, honey. Woo! But how did you get into baking? Like, have you always liked it, or was it something that
I've always liked baking. Growing up around the holidays, Thanksgiving and Christmas and things like that, my grandmother, my mother, they would always make like the family dinner rolls. So I'd always be in the kitchen with them. We would get the scraps of the dough and just play with that and pretend that we were making something. And my grandmother would make like the sweet potato pies and things like that. So just always just watching those two, that's where my passion for it was born. I didn't really get into making things myself until like high school, like junior, senior year. Got a little bit older and started doing more for myself and becoming more independent. And then I realized I have something. You know, and I didn't run with it then. I was too interested in other things. But when it came to the point in my marriage and my life, when I had the opportunity to become a stay-at-home mom, that's when I went through hobby after hobby after hobby. I was like, I can't just sit here and hold the baby all day. You know, my friends are at work. There's no adults around me. I have to figure out something to do with my time. So I went through crocheting. I went through sewing. I started making my kids clothes for school and things like that. And then I was just like, I can do this, but
it's fun for me.
This is not my passion. I'm not passionate. I can do it. I'm able to do it. Thank you. I'm grateful for that. But I'm not passionate about it. So I got back to baking. And then social media. Post a couple things. You get questions about it, inquiries and everything. And then when the more and more people tell you like, hey, you got something here, you should do this, you should do that, I kind of just took that and ran with it. Took a couple small classes and just built on it from there. And it's where we are today. I mean, I'm still taking classes, I'm still doing things to get better and you know, advance my skills, but that's where it started.
Which is always something that it's something I admire. When you see somebody as yourself that can do something so beautiful, talented, like when I tell you guys, when I edit this, I'm going to edit pictures of some of her work into this so y'all can see what I'm talking about. When you see somebody who can do the degree of work that she can do, and you see that she's just not one thing. I'm just not sitting at home baking because I know how to bake. She has a whole job, a whole husband, a whole set of children over here, house to take care of. and still cares about her client base, her skills, her knowledge, where she is still growing in her business. Like, to me, that is everything. That is what I aspire to be when I grow up. Like, people say that, like, for real, because like you say, I have, like, when you have the opportunity to be a stay-at-home wife, again, shout out to Mr. Cafe. When you have that opportunity, you go through that, like, what do I really like to do? I can do these things. What do you know? And you find your passion, and you're like, I'm good at this, and you're still growing. You've, to me, reached the top of the top tier, and you're still growing in what you are doing. Like,
you can't stop learning. You can't stop. There's always going to be a new technique. Somebody's going to develop something. I might develop something new that I can teach somebody down the line. You know what I mean? So you can't stop learning and striving to be better, because there's always going to be something new. And if you don't take the opportunity to learn it and grow yourself and grow your business, then the world is going to pass you by. I'm going to be left in the dust by all of those others who are willing. And there's a lot of bakers, pastry chefs, cake decorators out here, and they're great. I won't be left behind.
And, girl, who you telling? And for real, like, when you see it, any type of entrepreneurship, when it comes to a black woman, black people in general, but when you're talking about a black woman who already, like, when you read the statistics, which I don't have the numbers to, but when you read the statistics of how far behind even a black woman is from a man, because it's a man's world, as they say, but when you see that and you know how hard it is to get into any type of business, even though baking, it, quote unquote, is a woman's thing, which is there's no such thing, but it's, you know, it's like you have that stacked against you. It's so many people that I know with any business, they become stagnant. It's like, okay, I'm good at this. I'm good. I got my skills. I'm good. But you're still growing, and you're still growing on top of taking care of your family. Now, by no means, nobody is perfect. Nobody's family's perfect. Nobody gonna be happy 24/7, skipping, eating lollipops all day. Okay. As a married woman, I'm very aware of that. But I'm trying to tell you, like, for real, when I say I want to be you when I grow up, like, I'm trying to start something, and your story is inspiring. Like, it's a beautiful thing to know. For one, me and my husband's been together for a long time. I don't know if y'all heard, she's been married for 13 years. 13. Dealing with a man, y'all already know. Shout out to you good guys, well, y'all a lot. But I'm saying, like, it's so much. Like, I have 2 kids. 2 kids. And I'm crying, girl. I be crying in the corner.
You don't understand. I got 6.
And just trying to start a business, trying to start something. Like, seriously, like, I don't know how to insert, like, applauses in my videos yet. I'm not that skilled, or I would do it. But for real, like, I really wanted to talk to you today because for real, like, I see, of course, sometimes you post, like, your classes that you do, which, oh my goodness, when I tell you, I'm going to insert a lot of pictures, because it's like, when she posts a picture on social media, which I will have her links below, like, some of the stuff that she posts is like, you just learn how to do that. Like, can I just have, like, a little speck of your skills?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it is self-taught as well. Like, I started off just watching videos and trying to figure it out on my own.
Girl, like.
So, and as I said, you never stop learning, never stop trying to grow yourself. So, it's an ongoing process.
Like, for real. See one, do one, teach one. I'm trying to tell you, like, mothers out there, parents out there, fathers, y'all already know. My YouTube channel in general, this is what it's about. This lady right here, sitting beside me on her birthday, gracing with me, talking to me, inspiring me, like, giving me treats, because I'm not going to share these with anyone. My husband, you're out of luck, dog. But for real, like, that is for real. That's why I wanted to talk to you, because it's inspiring. Like, it's so many people that I know get stuck, like, they can be good at something and, like you said, they get stuck or they get stagnant and they stop. They don't keep learning. They don't keep trying. They, don't have that drive, the motivation, the determination. Like, I listened to this thing. The lady was saying how sometimes it's not that you don't have the motivation, is you don't have the discipline. And clearly you have the discipline. And I think that's what I think a lot of people just lack that. Like, you have to have discipline to be able to have a family, which I'm gonna say a large family. You have 6 kids, so a large family. And a whole husband. And I'm gonna keep pushing a husband, because not everybody is married, which some people think, oh, I'm married, so I have half the work. That's not realistic. It is not. It definitely is not. Mothers are mothers, regardless if they are married or not. And fathers play a very important role in the household. Don't get me wrong. Like, it is on top of the tier, just like mothers is on top of the tier. But it don't mean you have less work, especially when you have a hard working, I'm making sure my family is provided for type of husband, which I know you have.
That's what I have. He works his tail off.
Yes, and it's like it's like the dedication, like the commitment to that. It's like, I hope somebody is listening to this and they're knowing that is what it takes to be a mamapreneur. Is that what they say?
Mompreneur.
Mompreneur.
I don't know how you say it. I have to see it.
Right.
We're on the verge of
Momature.
We almost got it right.
You made up a word to begin. I should have stuck to that one. I don't even remember. I should have wrote it down.
Mamapreneur. Let's write it down next time. We got it.
Like, for real, because so many people that I know, I see posts, you go on Facebook, you see somebody, oh, I want to do this and da 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 da. Like, you're hearing it firsthand.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Make the time. Dedicate yourself to, even if it's just one skill at a time. That's where you start, and then you build on it.
Yes.
I mean, my hands are full all the time. Full plate.
Did she mention that she has a 1-year-old? Like,
who's still breastfeeding too? So that's a whole nother situation. But
like, for real, when I say she is girl,
you can do it.
I breastfed. That in itself had me so tired.
Yes.
Forget trying to run a business or cater to somebody else. Like, oh my goodness.
When duty calls, everything stops. I mean, I come in through the door, I can barely get situated from work, and that baby is on me. So that's a whole job in itself.
Yes.
So
and an important one. People don't. You know what? That's a whole nother pause for a second, because being a mother, for one, is such a great blessing, and I do not want to take away from anybody who bottle feeds their children. Please don't misunderstand, because you are still warriors, mothers, and the best of the best.
Absolutely.
Breastfeeding is just a whole game changer task in itself, 24/7. When they get older, people think it gets better. Sometimes it gets worse, because then they start biting you, and then they can actually demand it. They're trying to take your shirt off. Oh my goodness. Woo! We sitting in the house with our family around, and you trying to strip me down naked. Yes. It's like, oh, honey. That is a whole
flipping upside down, won't sit still. I mean, she's been upside down over my shoulder. Like, I can't do anything when it's time. When she calls, everything stops once again.
I'm in the middle of caking an 18-layer cake, and baby is right here. Like, all right, business stops. Mom
pause everything.
In.
Yep.
Oh, that is girl, honey. Yes, please take. What are they called? The gems. That's what people take the gems, ladies, gentlemen, parents in general, aunties, uncles is raising children, grandmothers, grandfathers, sisters, brothers, cousins, mothers, brothers, whoever's. Like, take the gems. Like, right now, even so much as starting a YouTube channel, like, it's something that seems so easy, which when I started, I am that type of person. People be like, oh, I want to diet, and I'm going to start on the first. It's like, if you want to do it, you just going to do it. Which is what I ended up doing. I just did it. I'm just did it.
Right.
Put it out. My first video was crazy. just sitting there talking to a camera shaking. And I purposely didn't delete that because I was so proud of that video. I'm like, I just did it. I haven't.
That's your beginning.
Yeah, it's like I planned it in my head. I thought way too much, too long. You just do it. Like, not to say if a person is trying to start a business not to have a, you know, some type of plan. Like, I'm not just going to go out and say all that now. You got to at least have some type of skill. But dedication, just do it. Be dedicated to doing it, proceeding with your business. Yes, like, as you
never
see,
stop growing with it.
and you see, you know what? Maybe you can't see. Can y'all see that? Like, can you see it? Can you see it?
Smell it.
Can you
Smell
see?
the lemon.
Cakes by Lisa, can you see it? Can you see it? Girl. And this is like small potatoes for this woman. When I tell you, I'm trying to tell you, y'all gonna get pictures galore, okay? Y'all, I'm being so like honey. Because if y'all, woo, I'm trying to tell you, like, so I'm truly and honestly, I'm a person where I'll see something before I go. I'll buy, if I go to a store or whatever, I'll buy something. I'm a doer. I'm gonna try to make it. I'm not trying to make these cookies because they about to be looking like, who knows what they're gonna taste like, but they're gonna be looking like some scum of the road. Like, you know what I mean? It's like certain things, like, you gotta know your lane. Everybody can't do this. They cannot. Like, I'm being so serious, like, for real. Like, you having a party, you need the decorations, you need that table to be lit.
Yep.
Have everything color coordinated, looking pretty, smelling good, because the smells I'm getting, like, I can't wait until I'm, like, hit the end of record button so I can actually eat
And not
these.
just the presentation. Everything is made from scratch. Scratch made everything. Check the hashtag.
Woo, girl. I tried to make a biscuit from scratch. Now, I made cookies, which is the only thing I think I've ever made from scratch. It actually came out good. I tried to make a biscuit. Nah, dog. I've never tried to make a cake or anything. We are boxing it all the way. Like, these things are for somebody's dog probably wouldn't even want these. I don't know. Like these is rocks to throw at somebody. This is weapons right here. Like, I don't know what I did wrong to this day.
I'm gonna give you recipes.
It's just like, ooh, this ain't it. Like, I could bake good cookies. I could bake good chocolate chip cookies. My sugar cookies were, I ate them. But
Sugar cookies are another world. They're very temperamental, depending on your recipe.
I ate them.
And you would think they would be the simplest.
Right? I was like, this should be good. I got the chocolate chip cookies. This chocolate chip cookies is the bomb. I was so proud of myself. They looked a little crazy, but it's like, oh.
Tastes good.
It's like, oh, I did it. Sugar cookies, like, okay, I'm gonna eat these because I made them, but y'all don't have to eat these. It's okay. It's okay. Okay, so business aside, work aside, husband aside, do you have any type of plan for the upcoming school, like with the different degrees, like you said, of the kids, starting new things, new tasks? Like, do you have any type of plan as of today? We still, as for us in our school district anyway, I don't know if your kids are in Capital, but we still have a little bit of time before school actually starts. But I'm trying to come up with some type of plan. I have not yet. I'm like writing nothing on a paper every day.
I'm still in the thinking process on that, which means there's no plan. Trying to decide what I'm going to do with the home business. I'm going to probably have to revamp my schedule for the working for the other people business. Honestly, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, are your kids in Capital? Did you go to Capital?
I have 2 in Capital right now and 2 in CR. Just because I wasn't able to get the choice paperwork in with the whole shutdown and the COVID and everything. So they have to go to our zone schools instead of the choice schools.
Gotcha.
Where we're working a different district, not just different schools with different grades, different districts. But I think they all start around the same time, so I have to get it together. It's only a couple of weeks away.
I'm about to say it's coming up.
Yeah.
But it coming up, it's like, that's one thing I think people, for one, once we found out that it's distant learning and, you know, I'm not gonna lie, part of me was really hoping these kids went back to school. I was like, I don't want my kids to be sick, but Lord, I need a break.
Right.
Glad they're gonna be home and safe and all of that.
But
like,
when do we get our break?
Right? Can y'all just go to school for a week?
When do we get our break?
Too remote running.
I mean, you have to make the safer choice for them, but a lot comes with that.
Yes. And it's crazy because people are out here really like contemplating, am I going to be able to pay my rent, or am I going to have to sacrifice my kids' education?
Right. Some people aren't as fortunate. They're not in the same positions that we are so gratefully in.
Yes.
Because they don't have a backup plan, or they may not have a husband or family member who can keep their children so that they can go and provide and make a living for them.
Exactly.
And so I can only imagine the choices that they're having to make right now. But for mine, because I am in the position that I'm in and they can stay home and do remote, that means I just have to boss up even more. I gotta make it work.
Yep.
So I have to be the teacher, the baker, the mom, the wife, the cleaner, the food source. I have to be all of it. So all nights ahead.
Just gotta breathe.
Gotta remember to do that. You have to breathe.
Gotta breathe. Gotta breathe. Gotta breathe. Gotta breathe. I think it doesn't make it any easier. Just the fact that you get information. So like we haven't like as far as Capital, I haven't got anything like no parent teacher Zoom, not parent teacher night, parent teacher Zoom. I guess is going to be, or like the structures. Like the end of the year last year, I think the way that they handled distant learning for my son's school was horrible. Like my nephews who live in a different town, it seems like their distant learning thing was handled so much better, where they had Zoom classes every day, which I could see. I guess for parents that might be a negative too. Like if you're working, that might make things harder. If your kids are with somebody else or in daycare or something, that may make things harder. But for me, who is at home with my kids and they're on Zoom for an hour with their teacher, and then they introduce something that he had never learned before, and I'm like, okay, for one, you didn't even notify me that this is something new to him. Then the instructions on when this is due, how they gave the instructions was ridiculous. Like I think it was handled horribly. I'm so praying, like so much praying to Allah above, like please let this situation be better, because for one, I'm not gonna my daughter is starting preschool. When I found out now the preschool starts at 3, I have opted to do it. I wasn't going to at first. I'm like, with it being distant, is it even worth it? But she wants to do everything her brother does, so I'm gonna do the distant preschool. As much as I don't want to.
You got this, Mom.
Right? I'm gonna do it for my baby. But it's like, I don't want to put him through the stress. Like, I was stressed, but it's like, I'm not trying to put that stress on him. Because it, like, having a structured plan from school helps so much. And at one point, I was really looking into just simply homeschooling. Because I'm like, at least I would be able to be making up my own curriculum. I wouldn't have to be, like, worried about them bringing it to me.
Right.
Because it's like, the way they did it last year, his school was not handled correctly.
We had 2 different situations, like I said, in different school districts. One district, which was where 2 of my girls were in elementary school, they actually did have Zoom meetings every day, and that was at the time 2nd and 5th grade, and they actually were self-sufficient enough. I didn't have to be there.
So that is
with
great.
them. So that part was great because the teachers helped them with what they needed help with. In the other school, which was high school, where I guess the students are older, they're expected to be more self-sufficient. Well, I have a daughter who's on an IEP. you know, she needs extra support sometimes in certain subjects. And in that particular school and district, there's so many kids.
Yeah.
So many kids and not enough teachers. You know, the ratio is ridiculous for some. She wasn't always able to get that support.
Which
it does, which means, again, on top of being the entrepreneur, on top of going out of the home to work, on top of taking care of everybody else, there was times where I had to come home from work, do my work, and at the same time be back and forth to the table, to the computer with her. And again, relearning the information, because it's not the same as when I went to school.
Definitely
it's completely different methods, different information. So I had to relearn just to help her in the midst of everything else.
So for anybody who doesn't know, IEP is an independent education plan. That's what it stands for, right?
Yep.
Okay. I'm about to say I knew what it was, but I'm like, let me make sure I get the acronym right for anybody who doesn't know what that is.
And I mean, there's different reasons why different individuals will have an IEP or whatever, but the baseline of it is that your child needs a little bit more support in certain areas. So I had to be that support.
Right.
I didn't know what the heck I was doing on some days. And honest to God, some days it just boiled down to, hey Google.
Right.
I didn't know what else to do.
And it's sad because like the teachers are like, oh, we're here, and it's like, but you're not here. Like my son, he had Zoom it was only one day a week, which, because I had surgery and I had so much else going on, it kind of worked out. But even if that one day was a day where I had an appointment with coronavirus, it wasn't like I could reschedule and maneuver things like you would want to.
Right.
So I maybe couldn't be there. Or if my mom was here, she's like, what is this? And the email comes to me, so I could click the link. And I'm trying to explain to her how to log on his thing, and he half asleep, and I'm just like, you know how to do this. What?
Right.
And then like frustrated. I'm like, you know what? Okay, so we're not going to be on Zoom today.
Right. And let me be clear before we move on to anything else. I'm not trying to take away from those teachers.
Definitely no,
because
definitely
especially
not.
in high school, you have a classroom with 30 some kids. For different periods of the day. So you don't just have that 30.
Yeah.
You have the 30 in the next period. You have the 30 in the following period. And after that and after that. So you have hundreds of kids that you have to care for. It's just with the hand that we've been dealt with the coronavirus and the distance learning, there's no way with that many students on your roster that you can give every single one of them the attention that they may need.
Yeah, that's very true. Like,
which just means that we got the short end of the stick on that, and it's nobody's fault really. They did the best that they could. I'm sure of that.
Yeah, and the teachers itself, with him, I don't think the teacher was the issue. It was the administration. It was the way that the administration decided. Put the plan out.
Right.
Like that's what I'm like. I'm hoping, because of course last year everything was thrown and whatever. And we keep getting the phone calls. They're coming up with all these plans. I'm just hoping.
And they still planning.
Right.
We're filling out surveys online now so that they can finish planning.
So I'm hoping that with the plans that they have, is just planned out a little bit better, because like the teachers is like, my teacher or my son's teacher, like I had her number so I could call her, ask her questions, which I did when I needed to. But it was like, it's certain things. If I'm not strong in writing, which I am definitely not. My husband is at work who's strong at writing, working how many umpteen hours, coming home just trying to spend some time with the kids, but he has to refocus, calm his nerves to be able to do this writing work. So I'm like calling the teacher, and then she got 30 other people calling her probably for the same reason, because this is something I'm just not strong at.
Right.
So it's like, and that's just me, and at this time, this me and my one child, and then you going through this with, well, not 6 because your 1-year-old ain't in school, but 5 children on the maybe 1 or 2 things you're not strong at, the 1 or 2 things your husband might not be strong at after he done worked, after you done worked. So
it's still trying to work.
Right? Come home and you still working. It's like, girl, determination is the word of the day.
You put that in bold letters.
Yes. You got to be determined.
Gotta get through it.
Mental Health Sundays is my thing. I do it on my Instagram page. I haven't actually did it the last 2 weeks because I fell down the steps and I couldn't. But having a bad knee is something I have been practicing for my sanity when my husband is actually off on Sundays, which we live that life. That's not the case most of the time. But when they are off, that's something I'm practicing. So as a the woman,
I can't.
a woman, an entrepreneur, a mom, a working woman, an entrepreneur. Hold on, we're gonna start this over. As a wife, as a mother, as a working. I'm starting over again because I'm getting okay. This is the list. As a wife, as a mother, as an entrepreneur, as a working woman, teacher, we need our mental health Sundays.
Yes. Very necessary.
So, with all that being said, that is going to be my challenge for you for Mental Health Sundays is for you to take a walk around the block just for you. Even if it's a walk with the kids, because especially with these girls, they don't give us a second to breathe. So, let them know we walking around the block. Mommy's going to hold your hand, but I'm going to have headphones on so I can't hear you.
Gotta get that fresh air, peace of mind, same time.
Like, for real. Like, with just the two of them, like, I ride my bike. I can't really walk right now. I ride my bike on Sundays, but I really have been making a much better effort. Like, I do have 2 children, and I'm trying to start a business, but I have my mom, the husband. You know, I have a small slice of what I know or what I'm imagining you go through on a daily basis. And I'm trying to say you are really inspiring me because the determination that it takes to stay dedicated, not just to do it, but to stay dedicated to it. Keep growing, keep learning, keep evolving. Thanking the people that you have around you because it takes a village, which I know you do because I follow you on social media. I'm a mini stalker. But, you know, like saying thank you to the people you need to say thank you to, like being grateful for what you have. I know that you are, like, that's my challenge to you for my Mental Health Sundays. It's for you to take your 10 minutes, not even 5 minutes, take your 10 minutes to yourself.
I'm gonna do it.
And I'm trying to tell you, we can't get away from our kids. We can't get away from our husband. Take your husband. Husband, let's walk. I'm not going to listen to you. You can walk with me. I'm going to have my headphones on. I'm going to be listening to something other than you for my me time.
Singing out loud, whether I sound good or bad. But that's my release, you know?
Girl, I be singing around this house. Some days I sound so good. I be thinking I'm Janet Jackson in this. What are you doing? Yeah, that's me sounding good.
In the kitchen, mixing it up in full concert, and I get on my daughter's nerves. Like, Mommy. I'm like, leave me alone. I'm in the zone right now. This is what I need right now to get this work done and process everything I have to do. Just leave me alone. Go outside if you don't want to hear it, because I'm going to sing out loud, very loud sometimes, whether you like it or not. Okay? Because that releases.
Yes, and it works. It definitely does work. That singing, girl. Yeah. Don't let me get some Mariah Carey on with them notes. I definitely can't hit.
Whitney's my girl. I tell my girls all the time, I'm something like Whitney. They're like, no, you're not. So don't be a hater all your life. Please, daughter, please don't be a hater all your life. Okay?
Just grow out of it.
Just let me live for a moment.
Let me be great. Okay. Yes.
They hate it. I love it. Don't let me bust a 90s move while I'm in here too. I can't. They hate me. It is what it is, though. It's necessary. Gotta get it out.
It's like my kids are not even bad. I'm trying to tell you, my nephews They are the worst. And my nephews can dance. Like, they're like, now with my bad knee, I used to be able to dance. And they be like, Auntie, what are you doing? Like, don't be a hater. I'm killing it over here with this one leg running man.
I tried to do some TikTok thing. I'm not even on TikTok, but they do all the dances. They see it on YouTube. I don't let them do TikTok either. I'm in the kitchen. I'm like, like, Mommy, what are you doing? No, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not on TikTok. I'm just trying to do what I saw y'all do. Because while I'm frustrated and stressed out sometimes and busy working all the time, I'm still trying to be cool. So, sorry.
Right?
What's that emoji? I tried.
I got my niece and I told her, you gotta teach me how to do these dances. Like, we gonna learn and do one. Like, I'm gonna have to learn the cripple version, but we about to be doing something up in here.
What's it? I can't.
Right? It's like,
whoa.
I mean, my 8-year-old be like, you gotta have your arm up. Like, somebody don't look right. I don't think you're supposed to do it like that. No, that isn't you supposed to do it. You supposed to come. Like, no, I think you're doing it wrong. It look better like this. And we
like
fighting.
Y'all doing the most.
Like,
I'm just gonna do it my way.
Right?
You can't do it your way because that's wrong.
Mine look better. Like, I'm smooth over here. Like,
right.
This is it right here.
Where do you think you get it from?
Like,
where do you think that you got
like,
it from?
I know the Dougie. I'm Dougie Fresh. Who are you?
6 minutes.
Right?
Like, come on.
What?
Don't know what they talking about.
Little haters.
We just had a whole little session right there.
Kids, man. Kids.
Yeah.
We love them little haters. They little haters.
They
but,
are.
You know, because the mommies, like,
But
we got it.
We're gonna teach them how to be great.
Right? We got it.
Mm-hmm.
Do the little. What is it? What is that? Oh my goodness! What is that show? No, it was like a movie, and it's like a. Anyways, so you guys, yes, make sure y'all look in the description box. I will have Cakes by Lisa. I'm gonna have all her links below. I will have pictures in here so I can see her beautiful, 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 beautiful work. Go subscribe to her YouTube channel.
Yes.
Which she is growing.
Definitely need to put some more work in on it. I got 2 videos, but I'm a little more. Just y'all wait. Still subscribe though.
Oh, right. Still subscribe. Like I said, she's growing it, and I enjoy watching them when I am in here with my box cake, thinking I could do something that's gonna look crazy. You know, I'm looking at her pictures like, let me see, how do I think she did this? Like,
As long as the love goes in there, it's the love. You can taste the love.
like, is it this way? Maybe she goes this way, and then it really starts looking crazy, you guys. But still, like I said, hire the professionals.
I'm here for it.
But anyway, make sure, yes, you go follow her page. All the links below. You'll be able to find her on Instagram, Facebook, Cakes by Elisa. Yes, hire her, book her for your next event. Get on the books now, because she's booked and busy. Y'all just heard, yes, booked and busy, baby.
Yes.
We are all about that life.
Got a lot going on.
Doing it well. We are the bomb. Yo, these kids ain't got nothing on us.
They don't know nothing about that. That's a whole nother topic.
Right?
Right there. Oh gosh.
We the bomb. Like, for real. But thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for sitting with me today. If you are not already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button, share this video, comment, click all the links, subscribe to all the channels, leave the comments on the beautiful cakes, because I'm gonna make sure she see all of them. Support.
Yes.
Support. That's my new support thing. I'll be doing this in the store. My son be like, what is you doing? Like, that's how you do it. Support me, son. What did I come to the store for? That's really why I do it, because I don't be remembering. And I be like, what did I come here for?
That's what it turns into. I got you.
That's why support me, son. Support me.
I think we all do that.
Yeah, we're crazy. But thank you so much for sitting with me today. Thank you so much for sharing your story with me. Like, for real.
Enjoy.
Thank you more for the treats.
Enjoy.
I'm gonna tear them up, and I promise you, I'm not sharing with a soul. Like I'm gonna hide these in my room. Not even joking. Thank you so much for staying with me, guys. Hope everyone is having a bright and positive day, and we out.